Good morning, friends. Hope you are all fabulous and awesome. Thank you for your patience with me arriving late. So coming to you live from Adelaide today. It is Q&A Wednesday on the coffee run, and I'm sans coffee right now, which is totally fine. So one of the things that I wanted to talk with you about today was a question that came up yesterday, actually, or the day before, that I thought would be really interesting for you guys to hear about. Let me know when you're on. Good morning. So one of the questions that I had was around Facebook pages versus Facebook groups. And there was an ad that a client of mine had seen. He's like, good morning, Tamara. Was like, I've heard that pages are so terrible, and, what's your opinion, Nicola, on building out a Facebook group? So I thought if he's asking me that, then that might be something that's good for you guys to hear about as well. Good morning, Louise. Thanks for the wave. Yay! Awesome. So my opinion on this. So I remember being in a group of people in 2015, a group of business owners who were exploring this, Facebook groups whirlwind that had happened. It was when the reach on our pages had started the organic reach on our pages had started to decrease, and people were looking for other ways of being able to connect and engage with their people who were following them, as well as be able to market to them and stuff like that. So one of the things that was really big back then, and still is now, is around building a community group in order to market to your people, essentially, to add value, to build connection, to do all of this, that, and the other, because of the improved reach that we had through groups. Now, in theory, it sounds really great. Good morning, Gary. Oh, good afternoon from Canada, eh? So in theory, it sounds really good, but my thinking around this is this. If you're managing a group, you're still going to have to fill that group, okay? And you probably need to have a good 1,000 people in there in order for you to be able to drive really great engagement, because it's a free group, right? And we want people watching, we want them responding. The view, if you choose to go down this track, you still need to have ways of getting people onto your email list. Because, good morning, Jeremy, if they are leaving your group and they no longer see the notifications, good morning, Dallas, if they are leaving your group, then how the hell are you going to market to them, right? So that's that. So if you spend all of this time and energy and money, actually, morning, Joan, great to see you. Spend all this time, money, and energy on building this group, then, what if they leave? You've got no kind of insurance policy or leverage. So we've still got to be value stacking. We still need to be putting free things in there in order for them to download and get into your list. Now, most people who are exploring a group option don't have an email list already that they can invite to join a group. So usually you would need to do some sponsored ads, some Facebook ads, in order to and get volume in those groups. So you're going to have to pay to fill your group. And you can't pay to fill your group and generate a lead at the same time. It doesn't work. So you're going to go into all of that. Now, you've still got to have a Facebook business page. All right, you've still got to have a Facebook business page. So you're going to have to pay to grow your group. You're still going to have to pay for leads and advertising in order to generate leads. And you still need to manage the page. Now, that's one thing. The next, I think, the next problem that I see with groups are you get 1,000 people in there. It becomes really challenging from a time perspective to manage it. So you either need to have a community manager or a page manager going in there and making sure that the interactions that are going in there are positive, that they're meeting community values. And remember, this is all for free. This is all for free. If you've got paid client groups, that's a different ball game. We'll talk about that another day. Like, that's a definite must, but you're being paid to manage that, so it's a different story. The free groups, it can be, you've either got to go ahead and manually approve every post that goes up to ensure that it's matching values and timelines and like everything else. And it can become really freaking noisy. And in my opinion, it actually almost drowns out you, right? So if you're all about building community, and if you're all about building tribe in that sense, and you have no desire to make money, to generate leads, to do anything like that, then go hell for leather. You know, go for it, do it. But it can become a challenge to manage both the group and a Facebook page and your email list. Okay, so my advice if you're thinking about this is put your time and energy into one avenue. And the way that I've seen this work really well is obviously through business pages. It means that you can advertise, you'll generate a lead, you're growing the page and your fans and your followers anyway. And in my opinion, one of the most important things is that you control the conversation. So you can put up stuff in there whenever you like. You can sell whenever you like. You can do whatever. So people can then go and research you and decide whether or not they like you, and that's awesome. And then in the group, I think it just becomes harder to kind of sort through the noise that tends to be in there. The other thing that I've seen play out in groups that I've been a part of and then since removed myself from is that they might have like Mondays question day, and then Tuesdays pitch day, and then Wednesdays sell to me Wednesday or whatever. And it can become a place where people are getting in there to try and get clients from the hard work, time, money, and energy that you've poured in to building that group. So they're trying to leverage off that. So just be aware. You know, I think we can do it in a smarter way. There are 1,000,000,001 groups all over the place. So, and you have to build a brand, you have to build a fan page, you have to build that business page anyway, so that you're building your personal brand around you, right? That's a not negotiable. You've got to do that. So that was a question that came up on Monday actually, and I thought that might be helpful for you. The other question that I had come through was actually from Joan, so I'm glad that you're on this morning. Late last night, you sent me a question around your Facebook ads, and my computer's not connected to Wi-Fi, so I can't actually see the exact question that you asked me. But essentially it was, you're getting clicks, you spend money, that's great, but in terms of workshop registrations, they haven't come through. Have I understood that correctly, Joan? I did have another look at it this morning. Just wanted to make sure that I've got that right. Let me see if I can, just give me 1 second. Hey, Jackie, Mum, what internet connection do I, how's this? How do you know we're live? Hey, Carl. What internet connection do I connect to for my computer?
Dodo.
Do I have the password for that? No, I don't. Okay. That's awkward.com. All right, don't worry about it. We'll wing it. Okay, Joan, yes, a slow start to sales. Okay, so, so that I can, Jeremy's just said, hey, Carl.
Hey, good.
All right, Miss Joan, I wonder if no, I can't. I was going to see if I can get you on live with me, but it doesn't look like I can. So, okay, I just need to understand. I'm going to ask you a couple more questions. So, Joan, are you going, you've got a Facebook ad, is it going to a free thing, and are you then bringing people through a process in order to get workshop registrations? Or, so that's option A, or are you doing Facebook ad to landing page asking people to register for a paid workshop? Option B. Or option C, something different, and then you can let me know what that looks like. We'll just play some hold music. Facebook ad to, so the lead page with PayPal on it, is there a step in, like, is it a free thing and then to register for the workshop? Or add to give me money through PayPal on that registration page. Sorry, I just need to be really clear. So the reason I'm asking is a Facebook ad that drives to a landing page. You would expect 10% of people, at a minimum, 10% of people who click on a Facebook ad will go to a landing page, okay? And that's for a free thing. Then on that landing page for a free thing, between 20 and 30% of those people will opt in for a free thing, okay? And that's what you're looking at. So 20 to 30%, ideally 30% landing page conversion to a free thing. If you're going from Facebook ad to, hey, here's some information about my workshop, which is what you're just saying, you should totally register, you can expect 0.1% of people, maybe up to 1% if the copy is bang on and amazing. We're going to cold Facebook traffic this, people don't know you, 0.1 to 1% conversion. So at a minimum, really, you need 1,000 people viewing that workshop page to make one workshop sale, right? Which means you've got to put a lot of money into traffic, yeah? Does that make sense? So Facebook ad, and this is the same for anyone. Hey, Jess, good morning. Congratulations. New baby girl, yay! So, hey, Elise, did you name your daughter Elise? Let me know. She was so cute. Curtis looked so happy. So, if you are driving through to sale, if you're driving through to a sale of anything, whether it's a book, whether it's a workshop, whether it's a donation, whether it's a $7 webinar recording, whether it's a $500 thing, whatever it might be, if you are going from free thing to hey, buy my stuff, you can expect between 0.1 and 1% conversion. Yes, Elise, I remembered right. Yay! Thanks, Jess. So, Joan, that's why you're not getting very many workshop registrations. So, what I would recommend that you do is have a listen to the Unstoppable Live, that Becoming Professionally Famous online episode that I did last week. So that's the 12th of June, okay? On the 12th of June, I stepped you guys through the launch timeline and the launch process, okay? So it explains the way that we need to work through. So essentially, we want to build up our list with all of the free things that we're giving away, build up our database of people there, and then ask them to take the next step. Some of them will, and we can start having the conversation at whatever that next level is. But really, we've got to take them. If we go straight into sale, they don't even know you yet. They don't know you. They don't like you. They sure as shit don't trust you because you're just this person on the internet who wants them to come to a workshop. And you know, why would they do that? The only variation to that may be if you are doing an ad that goes to a custom audience. So in Facebook, when you're advertising, we've got the choices in terms of the targeting. So we go through the campaign objectives, we go through all of that stuff, and you get to set the audience. If you are choosing or selecting targeting, for example, small business owners, Facebook ad managers, thank you. That's great. Facebook page admins, you might target people who work for Westpac or CBA or who are interested in yarnaustralia.com. I don't know. Then, you know, that's an audience that you've never spoken to before, perhaps, and they don't have any idea about who you are. So they are cold. They are a cold audience. If you try and sell them something, they don't know why they should listen to you or who you are, right? If you are, so here's where the variation is. Good morning, Joe. Where the variation is, if you are going to set up a custom audience, say that you have got a database of people in MailChimp or ActiveCampaign or Infusionsoft or Office Autopilot or wherever your database emails are held, you can export that list of people and put it into Facebook, and you can send advertising to them only, right? Now, these are people who are familiar with you. They've opted in for something. They get emails from you. That would make sense. They're a warmer audience than people who have never heard from you before, right? So what we can do is that we can actually target your advertising directly to them and say, hey, come and buy my workshop. That would make a bit more sense. Or the only other variation to that is that you can send advertising to the people who like your page, your business page, right? So this is where it becomes really cool. So when you're growing your business page, you can put advertising in front of those people who already have an idea about who you are because they've clicked like, they might follow you, yeah? So we put ads in front of those people, and that's one that I would potentially test to see whether or not they would buy a workshop straight from an ad. But most of the time they don't, okay? So I've got just over 23,000 people who follow me on my page, and very rarely do I send out an ad to, hey, you should totally come along to this workshop. Only because I know the conversions. Now, Joan, one of the things that you could do to try and hack this process and get it moving a bit faster, particularly if you've got a workshop date that's coming up, and I will probably test this with Sales and Marketing Spy School. I will probably do something like this, where I will build an ad, and on the landing page, I will talk a little bit about their problems, talk about the solution that they're looking for, and say, hey, I'm putting on a workshop in October. It's going to be freaking amazing. You're going to learn how to build a remarkable marketing plan that generates revenue. It's not about visibility, but that will happen as a byproduct of what we do. If you want to know what to do, how to do it without the smoke and mirrors bullshit, enter your name and phone number, name, email, phone number in here, and I will ring you. We'll have a talk about it. And if it makes sense for you to come, you'll decide to come along, and if not, that's totally cool too. So I would do that. Now, if you decide to do that, your cost per phone number in that instance is probably going to sit between maybe $15 and $50. Okay, so then you've got to start looking at, is it converting and yada yada. So you still have to put money into traffic. That's the short answer. Now, I know, Joan, that you're coming to Spy School, so we'll step through this in a lot more detail when you're in the room in October. But did that help you? Did it make sense? I know it's probably not the magic pill answer that you were looking for, but does that help? And for the rest of you that are watching live or watching the replay, does that make sense for you guys as well? And have you got any other questions that I can help you with? That's a great help. Thanks. Excellent. I'm pleased that that has helped you. Awesome. Anyone else who's watching, any other questions? Or Joan, if you had any other questions, let me know. Really aware that I'm eating into your coffee time. All right, so I'm going to do a very shameless plug. So Spy School is happening in October, and if you want to learn how to work ads and make them work properly, if you want to work out or learn how to make your marketing work properly and actually use it to generate return in the form of financial revenue, then I will put the link for Spy School underneath here. If you've got questions about it, email me. Right, there is an email address at the bottom of that page. If you want to hop on the phone and talk about it and see if it's actually right for you, if you don't want to ask questions in the chat or have them being visible, then that's totally fine. Send me your phone number, message me your phone number, email me, whatever it is that you need to do, and really happy to help you. It's a really awesome event. If I do say so myself, the training is powerful, but also there's nothing quite like being in a group of maybe 50 to 60 other people who are all learning the same thing at the same time. And the camaraderie is awesome. The community aspect is really awesome. And the support is brilliant because the people who are in the room are amazing. So if you're up for that, let me know. If you've got questions, let me know. But otherwise, have a rocking Wednesday. tomorrow is How To Thursday. If there's something that you have that you really want me to go through with, how do I do this, Nicola? Let me know and I will tell you, because why the heck not? All right. Have a beautiful Thursday. Get your celebrations and insights ready for the coffee run on Friday. Have a great day. Go kick some major ass and I'll chat to you soon.